journal. Today we have to do posting to the general ledger. Remember, we haven't done that yet, am I right? We just came up here. We've, if we go to, we've done the entry in the journal. Now I must explain the posting. Are you all right with that? So can you please take out your notes that I can redo that, I can explain that? There. Where were you? See? Oh, no, there. No. Right. Yes. Right. We are busy with the debtors journal of the current traders and we have to do the posting. That's where we are. So can you please take out those notes? Right. We're still busy with the example, so it's not work that you've done on your own. I'm just explaining at the moment. Right. Debtors journal of the current traders. I want to do posting. Posting means taking the information, the total of the column, and writing that in the correct account. Sales column, you should know that from the first term, the name of the column tells you the name of the account you're going to post to. So sales column, the total of the sales column must be posted to a sales account. What do you know? You know that sales, you've done this in the first term, sales is an income. And because it is an income, it will increase on the credit side and it will decrease on the debit side. That is the rules for income. Just get this right here. Right, are you fine with that? The debtors journal tells us that in the month of August, we had sales of 4,625 Rand. So when you go to the sales account, you post at the end of the month. So on the 31st, you saw this in DJ1 and it was 4,625 Rand. That is your sales. So far it's easy because the name of the column tells you the name of the account you have to post to. Are you fine with that? Anybody a problem? Right. Now our problem starts here. What do we write inside this account? Inside the account, you are supposed to write the name of the other account concerned. Remember, double entry principle tells you that each transaction will be recorded in two accounts. One account will be debited, the other one will be credited. We've just credited income because we had sales of 4,625 during this month. Our income increased. Now, who did you sell to? Is this money inside your bank account? Did they pay you? Did you receive the cash? No. So you sold on credit, meaning somebody owes you the money. What do you call people who owe you? Debtors. So the account you need to write in, the account for all your debtors in the general ledger is called the debtors control account. And this is a completely new account. You haven't done this before. Debtors control, that's the name of the account where you have all the information regarding your credit, the people who owe you money. And people who owe you money are called debtors. Their account is called debtors control. So can you see that you say debtors control is the other account involved, which means that you now have a new account called debtors control. This is an asset. An asset is the possession of a business. You cannot say that you own the persons who owe you the money. You own the money they owe you. So that is what debtors control is an asset, because the money they owe you, that is one of the possessions of the business. Because it is an asset, debtors control will increase on the debit side and it will decrease on the credit side. That is the rules for an asset. Increases on the debit side, decreases on the credit side. In the debtors journal you wrote, because we sold on credit to a debtor, which means that the debtors now owe you more money. Do you understand that? Which side do I write if the debtor owes more? On the debit side, because it is asset on the 31st. You saw this in DJ1, and you sold in total for 4625. Inside debtors control here, you need to write the name of the other account concerned. What was the other account that you used? Sales. So I will write inside debtors control that other account is sales. Are you fine with this? Where's your notes? Sorry? At home. So how are you going to do this work, you think? I'm asking you a question. I expect an answer. Aren't you going to write this down? Are you going to remember this? I'm asking you a question. It's like you're staring at me. I'm asking you a question. Are you going to write this down or are you going to remember this? That's your choices. You either must write it down or you must tell me you're going to remember this. And I'm going to check next time when I see you if you've written it in your book. So what are you going to do? Write it down or remember. You're going to remember this. So, are you all fine with this? Anybody a problem with this? Anybody? Right, now let's check. We set inside the sales account that our income increased. Why? Because the debtors owes us money. In debtors control, we say their debts increase. Why? Because we had sales to them. Do all of you understand this? Right. If you do posting, you need to write underneath that column which accounts did you take the posting to. So this was posted to account B7 and account N1. Anyone a problem with this? Anyone? Right. Next column is cost of sales. Cost of sales, as you know from the first term, the name of the column tells you the name of the account you have to post to. Cost of sales was a new account in the first term. You know this is an expense. Because it is an expense, it will increase on the debit side and decrease on the credit side. That's the rule for expenses. What was the cost price of the goods we sold? It was 3,700, meaning that our expense cost of sales will increase. You post at the end of the month on the 31st. I saw this in DJ1 and the amount is 3,700. Not a problem. Inside cost of sales here, I need to write the name of the other account concerned because remember, double entry principle says every debit needs a credit. What are we selling? What do we call the stuff we sell? Trading inventory or trading stock. So I'm going to write here trading inventory. You can also write trading stock. Exactly the same thing. Now let's see if you can figure this out. Cost of sales, the expense increased. Why? Because you sold the trading inventory. So the name of the other account concerned must be trading inventory because we just said that's the other account concerned. Trading inventory, when you sell it, will decrease. So on the credit side of trading inventory, because remember in the first term you were told trading inventory is an asset. Asset increases on the debit side, decreases on the credit side. The date for this is the 31st. You saw this in DJ1 and the amount was 3,700. Beside trading inventory, you need to write the name of the other account concerned. The other account concerned was cost of sales. So I'm going to write cost of sales. Let's have a look, see. Two accounts concerned. One account was debited, the cost of sales. The other one was credited, your trading inventory. Are you fine with this? If you do posting, you need to write which account you've posted to. I posted to account B8 and account N2. And that is the posting to the general ledger. Are you fine with this? Anybody a problem? Right, our next step. When it's the end of the month, we now sit in our shop, we wait for Mr. Soap to pay his account. Do you think he will come pay his account on his own accord, or do you need to send him a reminder? What do you think most people in general, will people pay because they remembered they owe you money, or you need to remind him that you need to remind him? Most people are going to, even if they remember, they're going to pretend they don't remember. So you obviously need to send your debtor a reminder. That reminder in real life, if you have one debtor, you can send him an SMS or you can phone him. Isn't that true? It's not going to cost you too much to send an SMS or phone him. But if you are the Foschini group and you have 5 million debtors, are you now going to phone all 5 million or send all 5 million SMS? No, it's going to be too expensive. So we need to find a way to remind our debtors without that costing us too much money. So what do? We are going to send that debtor an account. And on the account, we're going to write how much money he owed at the start of this month. Did he buy anything during the month? So did he add to his debt? Did he pay his account? And then how much he owes us now? That's what you're going to write. So we now need to do the account of the debtor. And those accounts are done in a new ledger. Ledger is the book where you find accounts. At this stage, you know about the general ledger, which has balance sheet accounts and nominal accounts. In the balance sheet accounts, you'll find capital drawings, all the assets, and in the nominal accounts, you'll find the incomes and the expenses. The new ledger is called the debtors ledger. And in the debtors ledger, you will have an account for each one of your debtors, only debtors in the debtors ledger. How does the columns look in the debtors ledger, the accounts? First of all, you must have the name of the debtor at the top of the account. Otherwise, when you want to post, remember you're going to post a copy or send a copy of this account via email or via SMS to your debtor, or via the post office. Post office is not so reliable because, remember, I don't know about you, but we didn't receive any post during the lockdown. Did you receive any post? Because they weren't working. Some of the posts now actually come in a lot of account stuff in one. Because during the lockdown, they didn't actually deliver post. It was not safe for the post man to actually come to your house and deliver post. So if you send it via email, you need to know who this account belongs to. So in real life, you will have the name of the person and you will have his account number. In the school system, we start our debtors accounts with D for debtor and then a number. In real life, if you want to start your account, you are Foschini, you want to start with F for Foschini, it's up to you. You will decide that in your business. In the school system, we start with D for debtor. Then these columns, remember, you will never ever be required to learn the headings of columns. It will be printed, because in real life, if you print a debtors ledger, then the columns will be printed on the page already. So you never need to worry about learning headings. As long as you know that in the date column, you must write the date. In the document number column, you will need to write the document that where this transaction is reflected, or you will have to start with a balance. Folio is in which journal you saw this. Because Mr. Soap is a debtor, the debit column of a debtor's ledger account is the plus column. So every time that he buys from us, you will write in the debit column, because then he actually is increasing his debt. The credit column is the minus column. When do you think, by the way, when will we minus from his account? When he pays you. And in grade 10, those of you are going to take accounting, in grade 10, remember, a debtor can return something to you, doesn't want it. I do that often. Sometimes when I need some retail therapy, I just go into the shop and I buy whatever I feel like. And then 2 days or 3 weeks later, I knew I didn't really want it, then I take it back. And then I expect Sheeny or Edwards or whoever I bought from to take that thing, the item back and take it off my account. So next year, those of you who are going to take accounting, you will learn about the debtor returning stuff to us, but that's for next year. So this year, the debit column is for when he buys, and the credit column is for when he pays. Are you fine with that? And then in the balance column, how much does he owe you after the transaction? Anybody a problem? Right. This account of Mr. Stokes started on the 1st of August 2020. The balance in his account is 1250. So account rendered actually means how much does he owe you on the 1st. And this is money that he owed you because he bought last month and he hasn't paid it yet. Do all of you understand this? Right. When did he buy this month? He bought on, you go to your debtors journal, you see he bought on the 5th. He received invoice 56. Remember, he signed one. We kept the duplicate that he signed. He has the original. He must keep that invoice because if he wants to return the stuff to us, we would like to see the invoice. Do you understand this, people? Right, so when did he buy? He bought on the 5th. So in his account on the 5th, the document was invoice 56. He has a copy of, he has that invoice. He knows that. We saw this in DJ1. He bought for 4,625. If he buys, he owes more. He's a debtor. Debtor is an asset, so the debit column we write in when he buys from us, 4625. What is new balance? We take his old balance plus what he bought now will give you your new balance. So the balance of 1,250 plus the 4625, he now owes us 5875. And if he doesn't buy anything else during this month and he doesn't pay his account, we will send him a copy of the account as it is now. So now he knows at the end of August, he owes 5875, and in real life, we will write on his account what must he pay now. But that's not part of the schoolwork. Anybody a problem with this? Right. Remember, we've done posting. When you do posting, you need to write the folio number of the account you've posted to. You've posted to the account of J Soap. In the folio column, you will write, this is account D1 it was posted to. Anybody a problem? Right. The last step of the work that we need to do is the effect of credit sales on the accounting equation. That's where we are now, the effect of credit sales on the accounting equation. Remember when we started this, I said that you must be able to do the 4 steps in the accounting cycle, which is identifying the transaction, then recording it on the source document or reading the information from the source document. Then you write in the journal, and then you do the posting. Last thing that we have to do, and this is not part of the accounting cycle, this is actually to test your understanding of a transaction. What is the effect of that transaction on the accounting equation? That's where we are now. Right, so they tell us we sold goods on credit. That on credit means that a debtor owes us money. That's what it means. Debtors are an asset, so under assets, when we sell the owe us, I just want to make this black so you can see better, sorry. Right. Debtors owe you more money, it owes you 4625. Are you okay with that? My reason under assets will be debtors increased. You either write the word increased, or if you don't want to write the word, you can make the up arrow. But you cannot write INC for increased, and you cannot write debtors plus, the plus sign. It's not accepted in accounting. So it's either the word increased or the up arrow. Anybody a problem with that? Right. Why did debtors increase? Because we sold goods to the debtor. What happens to your trading stock if you sell? It will decrease. Trading stock is also an asset, so under assets, minus, and now we use the cost price. And your reason will be either trading stock or trading inventory, whatever is fine with you. Decrease the word, or if you don't want to use the word, the arrow, the down arrow. But definitely not trading stock DEC, because DEC is the abbreviation for December. It's not going to work for you. And also not trading stock minus, not allowed. It's either the word or the arrows. So if you have a look here, so it is increased with the selling price. Trading decreased with the cost price. Why do you sell? What does this business actually want to make? The profit. Who gets the profit? The owner. Why do I get profit? Profit, if we just write the calculation here, profit is selling price minus cost price. And if you do that, you will see that this owner is going to make a profit of 925 Rand. He's going to be happy. So under owner's equity plus 925, and my reason is profit. And that is the effect of credit sales on the accounting equation. Anybody a problem? Anyone? Anyone? Okay. You now in class start with exercise 1, the debtors exercise. They tell you the business has a profit margin of 100% on cost price. Why do you need to have that? Because you actually need to calculate the cost price of your sales. Now in class there is the transactions. Can you please have a look there? I just need to erase or just make this. Have you done this already? Okay. Have you done that already? Are you fine? Okay. I just want to just total this. Oops. I just want to total this quickly. Let's quickly total the journal. Oopsie, not there. Quickly total the journal. And then can you perhaps do, have you done the posting already? Not. Okay. I'm going to total. Now in class, you do the posting. Of the totals of the journal. You must do the posting to the accounts that is asked. There is the balances of those accounts. If we put this on one page, there's the balances of these accounts. Now in class, you have to open those accounts, write in their balances, and then take this information and do the posting. I'm going to freeze my screen and do mine. You can do yours. Maybe I must. Right. I'm going to do mine quickly. You must do yours as well. The balances of the 1st of July. Remember, it balances always the first day of the month. Yes. Sorry? What 200? It's not 200. Remember to calculate cost of sales. You take all the selling, you times 100 and then divide by 100 plus whatever percentage we gave you. What was the percentage I gave you? 100. So it's 100 plus 100 gives me divide by 200. So if the profit markup is 50%, how much you will divide by 100 plus the 50? So you will divide by 150. So it's always times 100 and then divide by 100 plus the percentage. Are you fine? Okay. It's the total of the column, the total of the journal. That is the total of the journal. Also, you will have to total your journal first. Where's the journal? Where are you now? Here. So you have to total the journal. So you will take the total to the sales column, to the sales account, and the total to cost of sales.
And then add them together.
No, you must first write in the balances in your accounts. There are balances applied. Look there. You must start your accounts with those balances, and then you do the posting. You always start accounts with balances first, and then you do posting. Okay? Okay. Remember, you must start with the balances first, and then you do the posting. Which means that you will have to, in trading inventory account, you must write the balance of the trading inventory. They give it to you at the start of the exercise. They tell you certain balances were supplied. Let me just show you again. Those are the balances. Have a look here. So you will have in your trading inventory account, the date is the 1st of July. Put that on the same page. So you will start trading inventory accounts with a balance on the 1st of July of 12,500. You start debtors control account with a balance on the 1st of July of 9,500. Sales has a balance and cost of sales. In Alien has an account rendered, and Mr. Blow has an account rendered. So you need to start, that's your homework for next time. I just need to have your name, please. Your name, and can you book your name so I can write it down properly with the correct spelling as well? Can you see one of your books with your names on? I'm going to find your parents. What did you do now while we were did you write it down? No. I'm going to phone your parents and tell them you're done and you're there. When I address you, do not respond at all. As if it's my, you must go thank you as if it's my problem that you didn't bring your work to school. I do not appreciate the way you behave now. You didn't say a word. What would you do if you speak to me and I ignore you? What would you do? Is that appropriate behavior? So why do you do it then? Why do you ignore me when I talk to you? I'm asking you a question. You're doing it again. I'm going to phone your parents and tell them that is the way you behave in class. Fortunately for me, we record the classes. I actually recorded now. I'm still busy recording. So fortunately for me, I'm recording this, and I actually have it on video that if I ask Mr. Albertine, you can keep this class for me. Because I feel maybe your parents must come to school so they can see. You're not doing anything. You sit here without doing anything. You don't have your work yet. And then when I speak to you, you ignore me. What are your parents going to do about that? I'm asking you a question. And if your parents do, you also ignore them. I'm asking you a question. You can talk to your parents while you stand over here, and maybe you can explain to them why you ignore me. Did you keep up with your work during lockdown time? So do you think you know everything already? I can't hear you. But didn't you say that when I asked you? Why couldn't you answer? That's what I want to know. I understand that you sometimes forget stuff, but why don't you answer? I'm sure your parents, you